Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States in Little Hickville, USA, Belfair, Washington. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So I am currently working on my paper pumpkin alternatives for September 2024's kit. This is called Autumn Abundance. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? Absolutely beautiful. So alternative video number 9 means it is past number 5. So I'm not showing you everything that comes in the kit. We're just going to do a quick overlook of what the kit looks like. And I have the more zoomed in part of my camera. So 3 of this card, 3 of this one, and 3 of this one. On the back is the QR code that'll lead you to a video that'll show you how to put the cards together as they were designed. This one will lead you to the Every Celebration dies. Why are those the ones that are not in the thing? So this is for the next 3 ones, October, November, December, called Merry Tags and More. Oh, here they are. Every Celebration dies. Yes. That will lead you to how to purchase those. A visual of everything in the kit and the coordinating colors. That being said, let's look at our little stamps. So we have a slug, or if you put him together with the little shell, you have a snail. These two have this leaf, this little branch, thinking of you, sending autumn wishes your way, and with thanks. That being said, oh, wait till you see the card we have today. So I have all my bits and pieces here. Where are the notes? Oh, goodness gracious me. They are not in the book because I didn't write in the book. The pen's in the book. And I just oh, there's the notes. Need to keep those, right? There's the die. I haven't put the die away yet either. So we're going to be using Cajun Craze, but look what we're using. We're using that wood piece, the snail, and the mushroom. And I want to show you, so let me move this aside. So I am still working with the leftover piece of this. So let me bring this out. So this piece here was right there, right? From part of the card base. This piece went right here. This is what's left over from video numbers 8 card, right? So these pieces here were gone. I was outside with my daughter picking, helping her with some stuff in her little pot she was transplanting. Her succulents anyways. So this piece and this piece, we are using this piece. I'll give you the measurement. This piece we are not using. That's what's left of one card base. That's still going back inside there. Then this is also what's left of it. I should probably show you that again, right? Let's put it all together, right? So remember I cut the little house out of it. So there's that piece. There's that piece. That's how it went. I trimmed off a piece there. I trimmed off a piece there. And we have this piece and that piece. So this is still going back in the box. This piece is being used. This piece is going back in the box. So those 2 pieces are still left over from one card base. Back in the box it is. Now, I cut open an envelope. This particular envelope. I fussy cut all of this. I didn't keep that piece, but I kept this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Not that one. This one and this one. We're using these on the card. So I cut off the flap. I cut it open and I used this piece. You'll see it. This is what I'm left with. A beautiful piece of Cajun Craze, right? So I did some prep work, okay? So I'm going to put that back in this envelope since it's a piece of the same style envelope. I have a craft-like envelope for our envelope today. We have a piece of vellum, which is 2.5 by 2.25, or 2.25 by 2.5. And I embossed it with the new Birchwood 3D embossing folder. Guys, this is massive. This is like 6 by 9. Yes, massive, massive embossing folder. And for such a little piece. And guys, I used a tiny corner. I used this corner down here because I wanted something that had quite a bit of wood grain in it. And I'm not going to ink it up or anything. I'm leaving it just as it is. So I want to kind of keep my pieces where I had them. So give me a minute. Oops. That one goes top, down like this. This one is here. This one's here because I had a little bit of a hard time. You're going to laugh when you see this. Look, I used a scrap piece. Yes. Yes. Okay. Here's that piece. Okay. So my pieces are, let's start with our card base. So if you're wondering if my card base looks a little skinny, it is. I cut it a little wrong. So all of the measurements will be for a card base that is a 1/4 inch bigger. My card base is a 1/4 inch shy, and I just am not letting it go to waste. So please note that if mine looks a little bit skinnier, it is because I messed up, but I'm not letting it go to waste. So let me put these all back to where they're going. Okay. Because I don't want to lose how I'm doing things. So card base should be 5.5, which is this way, right? By 6 3/4. Mine's 6.5. Don't tell nobody. They won't know at first glance. And then it scored it 2.5 right here. So layer number 1 is early espresso, and that is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. Our piece of card base that we're using is 2 by 5. And that's going to go, of course, onto layer number 1. Layer number 2 layers up to layer number 1. Yes, right? Right. And I can tell you guys that, you know, I was all excited to go to Pee Wee night with Hank. Well, not to go really, but I didn't have to worry about it. Hank kind of got bullied last night at the football game. He didn't talk about it till after he got home, and he wanted to quit. My heart broke. I actually cried. I was up till like 1:06 was last time I looked at the clock. I was so upset. It took us an hour and a half to get him to talk about what happened. He said he didn't want to say their names. He didn't want to be retaliated. He didn't want to be called a sissy for telling. Long story short, and then when he did start to talk about it, we realized that what really happened is, you know, Hank had been bullied for being heavier set. He'd been bullied for not having a dad. That was really disturbing when we found that out. And that went on for like months before Hank finally broke down at school last year. I think being on the spectrum like Hank is, you know, it's a little bit more difficult. So bullying, and, you know, he's not a kid who wants to go out and hurt anybody. Anyways, I think we think now that it triggered a PTSD response. It was 6 kids, kind of like cornered in on him. And when he got away from it, it just kind of shut him down. Sorry, talk about it, but it was very traumatic for Hank. So much so that he doesn't want to go to Pee Wee night tonight, and he doesn't want to go to the game. He doesn't want to be around them. However, when we started discussing what actually happened, I don't know if the kids intentionally were trying to hurt Hank. I think they were being mean. I don't know if they were intentionally trying to bully him. You know, I think they might have just had a lot of testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Because you should see, you know, you should see what was. And part of it had to do, let me put that back. This goes this way, right? This one, did I mess it up just now? This one, okay. And what really just kind of like made me cry was that Pee-wee's played with a youth football, and I hadn't got Hank a youth football. He had a regulation, adult size football, and he always complained that it was too big. Well, I found one at the thrift store for like $1.50, a yellow football. He was so excited, guys. I'm keeping a little quiet because I don't want him to hear me. I don't want him to relive it. He was so excited to show the kids on the team. He wanted to throw it. He was like, oh, it fits so good in my hand. I can throw this, I can do this. He was so excited about this football. Well, these kids took his ball, and there was a group of 6. If it was like 1 or 2, it would have been different. That's what I mean. They took it. They threw it up in the bleachers. Then, of course, Hank being heavier set and his feet are flat-footed, he doesn't run fast. They had to hop over a fence to go up there and get the ball. They beat him to it, then they took it, and then they hid it, and they hid it under a bag, and Hank went searching for it. And of course, then he gets in trouble because he's not paying attention to practice. When they all kind of surrounded him, he was kicking at him, and then he got in trouble, and then he was upset because he got in trouble because the coach wasn't listening to what he was saying. Long story short, yeah, it was kind of a mess. Yeah. So Hank didn't want to tell the coach, didn't want the coach to know the name of the kids. He slept with his mom. He was crying. I mean, the kid, even to re-talk about it this morning, he was starting to cry. He didn't want to go to school. He doesn't want to go to Pee-wee's. He absolutely doesn't want to go to the game tomorrow. And so I got on. Last night I put a message out to the coaches that I needed to talk to them, that something happened to Hank last night that's really upset him, but he's not telling us. But we need to talk to them. So I gave him my phone number to call me. This morning I got on there to the chat thing, and I told them, look, Hank says that he's been bullied. I said, whatever happened to Hank, I said, whoever did it to him, I said, they took his confidence. They took his love of the game from him. I said, and coaches, I need you guys to set this straight. I need you guys to make this right, because bullying doesn't work. So immediately the coach called me and we talked, and Hank absolutely didn't want anything said. And I told the coach, I said, he doesn't want to be retaliated about. He doesn't want, to be called a sissy. He doesn't want anything like that to happen. I said, and he's not going to tell you. He doesn't want you to talk about it with him. He doesn't want to relive it. I said, we really believe that it's triggered a PTSD response in him. I said, I'll tell you what he told me. I said, when he came home, the only thing we could get out of him is that he didn't have teammates, he had bullies. And for us, that meant that there was more than one. And he's like, well, can you tell me how many there are? And I said, I don't have the list in front of me. I said, but it looks like there's 5, maybe 6 kids. And I said, but, I'm going to say his name. I said, but look, I said, the saddest part of all, I said, is I don't know if they intentionally meant to make Hank this upset. I said, so I want to see some grace in this. I said, at first I was angry and I was so mad at them. I said, but look, they're boys, they're testosterone, they're all screwing around. I said, yeah, there were some mean things done to Hank, and we're not going to get into that. I said, but we're going to side on that they maybe did not intentionally mean to hurt him the way they did. That's what I'm gonna try to believe. I said, so maybe the best thing to do is we're gonna let Hank not go to PB night. I said, and we're going to give him a break. That means he's not going to the game because he doesn't want to be around them. I said, and that's bad. If he doesn't want to be near them right now, I said, that's pretty bad. I said, it's affected him that much. He's like, yeah. He's like, it sounds really bad. I said, yeah. The sad thing is that these kids probably don't even realize that they've done something that traumatic to another kid on their team. He's like, oh my gosh. I said, yeah. I said, so, I said, where do we go from there? I said, and I was thinking that maybe if I can get him to come back to the team, I said, because God knows, I don't want him to quit, not in the middle of a season, and then feel like he's a quitter, because once you quit, you can't quit like this. I said, it's not right. I said, he cannot quit. I said, I don't want to, if he doesn't want to play next year, that's next year. I said, but not like this. Not because he feels he was bullied and no. I said, that's not how he should end football. And I said, maybe what you could do instead is give a talk on bullying to the whole group. That way they don't pick Hank out. It's not particularly picking any other kid out of a lineup, and Hank will feel a little bit more safer that he's not going to get retaliated against for speaking up against what he experienced. And he thought that was a good idea, and we talked about it with Hank, and Hank felt okay. He just didn't want to tell him, and the coach really wanted to know. And tell the coach, I said, if I tell you, I said, it cannot get out. I said, I don't want Hank. He's like, and I said, yeah. And I said, I went and got the list, and there were 6 boys. And I said, really? I said, I want to believe that these kids didn't realize that by ganging up on him, that's what they ended up doing. I said, because Hank held it all in until he got in the car and got home. I said, and when he got home, he shut down. I said, so I want to believe. Sorry, I'm doing this. So anyways, so my layers, let me go over the inside layers. So inside, 4 by 5 1/4 in early espresso, 3 3/4 by 5 in very vanilla. We stamped Sending Autumn Wishes Your Way. The 2 branches are flat piece. Oh, see, I was talking. I'm so sorry. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Okay. 3 by 5 1/2, and you saw it was a scrap piece with the punch out of it. It was just something laying in my scrap bits, and it scored at 2 3/4. Then our first layer for that piece is 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. Then we have a vellum piece we're going to get on there that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, so anyways, enough. Yeah. So he's just taking a break, and we'll see what happens in a couple days. Cross your fingers, everybody. Cross your fingers. So what I need to do now, see, that is just a little flap thing. I thought was a cute idea. And I really like, let me show you why I did this. Do you see this leaf here? Look at the size difference. Let me grab the envelope. This is so much bigger than what's here. I mean, I wish this was just a little smaller. This is just the size difference. I know I'm going to find a use for them. I found a use for a couple of them, but I just got to be a little bit more comfortable with them. So I I chose an alternate route, which was cutting the lace off of the envelope. And it works. These. All right. Oh, I stamped. This was supposed to go here. Look, I was talking. These are going, this one's going here. And this one, now it can't go there, can it? Well, that one wasn't going to go there anyways. But this one can go, that one can go up here. Dang it, I stamped because I was sitting there chit-chatting about my little hamster. Anyways, after I talked with the coach, I did get him to agree to go to school for part of the day. I've already picked him up. So that made me feel good that I got him to go part of the day. I just hope that I can get him, you know, we're just going to stick it here like it's falling this way. It's just going to be on the inside. Or we'll wait to the end. All right, so this is going to be here. On here. But this is going to go here. I want these two little pieces of these leaves, right? These two little pieces we are going to bring in for some added. Let's put, there's no sentiment on the front of this, by the way. There just isn't. We have that piece. See, this is why I have to look at things. We have our mushroom and we have our snail. And we are going to go ahead and glue these together. At least we're going to glue these two together right here just to get them started. I think it goes down a little bit. No, we need it up. That's going to come down. I just don't remember exactly. I know one like went over like down here. I could just put it there. This is going to go back here. I like that. So let's glue these two together. Right there. This one, that's vellum as well, so we might just put that on top like that. Oh, I kind of like that, like that. Okay, so glue dot time. Anyways, no, my husband was like, that's not good enough, that's not good. I'm like, honey, just because we're old school, we've got to do what makes Hank comfortable. All I want him to do is go back and enjoy the game. I mean, he was so worried about it. I told him, I said, honey, I said, you can go back. I said, no one's gonna, I said, you want me to stand on the sidelines? I'll stand out there. I'll stand out for 2 hours. I'll stand on my feet. I said, I'll just, instead of sitting in the bleachers or whatever, I said, I'll stand out on the track, you know. I'll make sure nobody, you know, bothers you. And he said, Manji, he's like, they can do it to you too. And I said, baby, I said, I will put them in the ground. He said, Manji, they're football players, you know. I said, baby, I weigh twice as much as them. Do you see this belly on me? I think it kind of made him laugh, but he smiled a little. So I'm hoping that that is a good way to handle it, letting the coach just give a general talk about it. I mean, I appreciate the one dad asking. I mean, he got on this thing and he was like, was that my kid? I'm like, I'm not giving out any names at all. It's not what you know, Hank wants. No. Because he's like, I was bullied terribly as a kid. I ain't going to having my kid do that to somebody else. Oh, working. Oh, look at that. That worked better. Just gluing them together like that. Okay, so this now, we're going to glue this to this, and then we can put that on it. So let's put tear tape on it. So my little heart breaks. I don't know if Hank will continue with football. We told the coach that this morning. I said, I don't know if he will. I said, I just want to get him to not quit. I said, if he wants to next year, that's on him. I said, I just don't want him to quit halfway through the season. I said, because he loves it. And guys, inside of me, I just died last night because I feel like, you know, kids can be mean, and whether they were just screwing around as boys or not, they took something from Hank out there that really, really, really bothered him. Of course, I wasn't there. My husband said, you know, honey, he's like, I saw them screwing around, but I didn't know that that's what was going on. And I think that bothers him too, that he didn't know. All right, so there's that. Now, I could keep this totally flat. Let's just get it on the card, though. I forgot. It needs some more tear tape. Why more tear tape? Because it needs it. Or we could pop that hole up on dimensionals. Okay. I think we do dimensionals. Do you like the way I said that? Yes. So, you know, his mother has the day off. It's another reason why, you know, tried to convince him just to go half day, come home, spend time with your mom. They're in there, play some games, some light up Jenga that he has, you know, just do some silly, easy going, not worrying about anything else. And goodness knows we don't want to bring it up. I told my husband, don't you dare bring it up. He does not want to talk about it. Not at all. So he still likes his football, so there's hope. It's a yellow football, guys. It's like this big, you know, it's just a... And I told the coach, I said, God, I said, I hate the fact that I bought it. I said, I feel like, you know, if I just didn't see that thing for $1, $1.50 at a thrift store, this never would have happened. Oh, look at that. I love that popped up. So the question is, do I also want to pop up the snail? And the answer is yes. I need something, though I am kind of cheered up. Hank's, you know, I think I drove him to school today. We took Boone to school today in his mom's car. Yes, he was happy. He took Boone to school. I did not take Boone to pick him up. But we took his dog, you know. So, I just, to see something trigger that kind of, that response in a child, you know that they're hurting, and you don't want to see a kid hurt. Nobody does. Oh, so darn cute. So now the question is I wish I didn't stamp this right there. And do I try to cover it up? I do. I'm going to still stick it there. But part of me thinks that if you open it up, it looks good like that. So I'm going to put it here, guys, because it looks, when it's all opened up, it looks good in there. So now we're just going to stamp that branch in thinking of you, I think, on the envelope. But isn't that darling? And I was wondering, is there I mean, I might as well put some embellishments on it, right? We have all the dimension on there. And let's do the wink Estella. We're going to bring in a little bit of gold right here. On these leaves, just a little bit of gold. Ooh, I like it on those as well. Gotta open it up to get to the other leaf, right? Yes. So, Hank likes banana bread, and I have some bananas in the kitchen that are ripe. I was going to let them go one more day, but maybe... What about the yellow? What about that? Well, it's not really a yellow. It's wild wheat. Oh, I forgot that. Did I cut the side? No, I cut the bottom. Of course, I want the ones that are still in the package, right? Of course I do. So do I add these? Because that's a really nice bright pop of color, right? Do 2 in 1. Oh, I like it in here. Yeah, we're going to use these. Of all the colors of these in colors, I was most surprised that the ones I've used the most. See, now those, okay. Nope, we're going to use these. Pebbled Path. Because that just really tones, that looks so good. Right? It does. Doesn't it? I think it does. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Where are we going to put it? Not there. That covers up the beautiful copper foil. So I'm going to put one there. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the others yet, but let's figure it out. So that is a medium. We need a large right here and a small one. And I really do want it there, but it doesn't work there, but it works over here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's do the envelope. No more sadness. We're going to keep it positive. We're going to look bright. We want positiveness in our futures. You know, when the rain comes, you look for that rainbow to come on those dark, dreary days in life. You look for that rainbow. And guys, this right now is my rainbow. I needed to come out here. I needed to stamp. I needed to speak with you all. You helped me. It just is... No, it is very, very helpful. You guys are sincere. I appreciate it. I'm going to put Happy Thanksgiving over here. But, yeah, you know, when you love someone, you don't want to see them hurt. I don't want to see any of the kids hurt. I'm going to stamp off and then stamp through that as well. So that is our card for project number 9. I can't believe it's number 9, and I still feel like I have so much stuff left of this kit. And then regular Wink Estella to do everything else needs. Like, Wink Estella. Oh, yeah. Do the vellum. Do it all. Do the leaves. Even though we put gold on there, we're going to add a little bit of sparkle more. In between the gold. Just to make it brighter. So, I'm going to go see if Mr. Hank wants to go play a game of light up Jenga with Manji. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you like this alternative card. And As always, guys, if you are not subscribed and you enjoy my videos, I would ask that you would consider subscribing. If you are subscribed, thank you so much, because guess what? We hit 2,000. Yay! I was so excited. That was so, I couldn't believe it this morning, guys. I was like, after last night, that was like Christmas. I was like, no way, that really just happened. And I probably should have started off this video like that, but now it just came to me. It's just, I think my whole family needs a break this weekend. Just step away, take a deep breath, relax, chill out. I feel like, I want to curl up with a blanket and a bag of popcorn and turn on old movies like Brigadoon. Or It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, come Christmas time, you better believe I'm going to be watching White Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life, all those good old favorites that I love so much. Oh yeah, definitely. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody, and please come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye bye for now.